Mad Mob Q&A number 8. I just remembered that off the top of my head. Pretty good.
Yeah. Wow, impressive.
I know. Watch me be wrong whenever I go back, and I'm going to have to splice this out because I can't be this blatantly wrong.
8 sounds right.
I think it is right. It's kind of weird. I was going to talk to y'all about this. I'll talk to you about it now. So whenever I'm posting these episodes, I always break it apart. When we do like our meat and potatoes episode, I say that's episode 1. Meat and potatoes episode 2. Meat and potatoes episode 3. Q&A 1. Meat and potatoes episode 4. Q&A 2. Right?
Okay.
That's how I title them. But when you go and I'm uploading them, it wants you to just tell you what episode that is of the podcast. So in this case, Q&A number 2, or we'll move on. We did a meat and potatoes episode number 5, which was really the 7th episode that we've done. So whenever I put episode 5, whenever I put it in, it's really episode 7. So if you're listening to it, like on your car or something, it says episode 7, episode 5.
Bro, like I'm having the hangover, like calculations going in front of me, the meme and everything going on right now with all the numbers you're spouting off.
This is just my explanation to you, Mad Mob. If you see it on your car and it says like episode 7, episode 5, yada 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 title, that's why. It's because when I upload it, our meat and potatoes episodes, I number them within themselves. Our Q&A episodes, I number them within themselves. But whenever I upload it, the episode it makes me pick is overall. Moving on. Just a little tidbit that I felt like you all should know in case I have like some OCD people that it was kind of bugging. They were like, what's going on? Now you know.
The troubleshooting. The unnecessary troubleshooting.
Now
you know all the numbers of all the podcasts.
Yeah, thanks for really not clearing that up for everybody. Appreciate it. Hey, I have another intro topic. I'm going to just throw it out there really quick.
Oh, did that count as an intro topic? Can I get a redo?
It introed the show.
It introed the show. Yeah, I wouldn't call it quite the topic. But I see on Reddit that some fantasy leagues are forming a pact to never draft Deshaun Watson. They're standing up in unison. Is that corny and lame? Or are they social justice heroes?
It's corny and lame.
Corny and lame. If Deshaun is the difference between me smacking you guys in the mouth year over year fantasy, by God, he's on my roster, along with every other sex offender in the league.
There's a 0.0% chance that 12 out of 12 guys are on board with that. You're not telling me in the millionth round or throughout the season you're going to let this man sit on waivers. He's going to be putting up like 30-point games. People will be like, no, can't do it. No, someone's picking him up.
Let me get in that league, and I will giggle the second the draft is over when I snag him on waivers.
Absolutely.
What are you doing? You're not doing anything. Like, you're literally not doing anything. I promise you that massage therapist that he paid $10,000 to rub him up a little bit isn't going to be like, Chad from Buffalo refused to draft him on his fantasy team. What a guy.
Yeah, dude.
Get out of here. Put him on my squad. At ADP. But that being said, I don't condone any of that stuff. If he actually did it, which he was found not guilty, so I have to assume he's not guilty. Right?
Guilty till proven innocent. I'm sorry. I feel like that. I love America. And that's America's rule.
Said that backwards, but that's okay.
All right, cool.
All right. I've just isolated us from.
Nice. We had a lecture and a just absolutely polarizing topic to start off. I don't think I can follow either of those up, boys.
Well, you can't. You're useless in the opening topics.
Sometimes it's better to be useless than being given a lecture, basically.
Patriotic, you mean?
I mean, Wayne's sitting here talking about X's and O's and zeros and ones.
Isn't that football, my boy?
Just every episode known to man categorized down to a T.
You know what, Goni? You give us an intro topic.
I will on the next show. How
Oh,
about
you're
that?
bringing nothing to the table? Then why don't you just shut
Bro,
up?
because we're way past the intro. We're way past the intro. We're getting into like mid-game almost.
We're literally 5 minutes in.
We're
An
early mid
intro
now.
is, I looked it up, the average intro is 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, so like I said, we're at the end
Nobody else
game of
looked
the
that
intro.
up. I completely made that up just to win that argument with Coney. You look stupid right now. Q&A.
Next show. Next show, I got
number
it.
8. So if you're looking at it and it says episode 22, Q&A number 8, I'm glad I went ahead and explained it to you. Begley,
Mark
give
that
us a
off on your
Facebook
bingo
question.
card.
Begley, do you mind, Coney? Can we get to these Q&As? Lord, you've just done nothing but hold us up this entire episode so far.
All right, man.
Here we go. Zach G from Reddit. Superflex 12 team. Would you trade Justin Herbert for Dak Prescott and T. Higgins? Superflex 12 team.
It depends. Like in a vacuum, no.
Really? I think in a vacuum,
I'm
yes.
doing it, bro. I'm doing it.
I think in a vacuum, yes.
I'm doing it in a vacuum.
Nah,
100 times out of 100.
no, not in a vacuum. If
Explain
my team
yourself.
needs it, then
Explain
yes.
yourself.
All right, so my thing for that is we have Justin Herbert, one of the elite stud, up-and-coming young quarterbacks in the game right now. We have this year, Dak Prescott is playing with a significantly worse offensive line than he has over previous years. He lost Amari Cooper, who was the number one there. CeeDee Lamb hasn't proven that he can be the number one option yet. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't this year. Zeke is at the end of his rope pretty much. I still foresee a productive year out of him this year. I feel good about him. But he and Tony Pollard's probably gone after this year. So, I mean, the core that they once had during the last few years of, Dak's reign there as the quarterback is kind of just eroding and falling apart. So I like what, the Chargers are doing right now. Of course, they're not going to have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams forever, but this guy is young. He's already shown he can put up 5,000 yards. They go for it on fourth down. Who doesn't love that in fantasy football? I just like the longevity play. And I think I don't want to plant the flag on it, but I could see Dak Prescott starting to decline.
I don't know. Dak Prescott's still young.
He is, but the weapons
in quarterback years,
they need to retool.
Young.
They're going to need to retool in the next 2 to 3.
Our line is great. By any website you look, it projects to be a top 8 unit this year. Our line's in good shape.
We'll see what happens when the season goes underway, man. But they've lost pieces off the O-line. They had a significantly better O-line a couple of years ago. Your Zach Martins, your Travis Fredericks, your Lyle Collins,
their best offensive lineman's finally healthy for them this year, though.
Yeah, dude, Smith, Martin, and Biotic and Frederick are interchangeable. Lyle Collins is addition by subtraction. So is Connor Williams. We're better.
Fair enough. I'm just explaining the reasoning.
I just think Dak Prescott's young enough to where it's still okay. He's not old by any means whatsoever. And then we're completely bypassing the fact that we're getting what we all believe is a middle-of-the-pack WR2 as well. Give me the points, man. Obviously, Justin Herbert's better. That's why the other dude's having to throw in T. Higgins. But give me the points. If you're getting 6-7 less points out of Dak Prescott, but then you take your worst receiver out of your lineup and throw in T. Higgins, I guarantee you he's getting 10 more points than your worst receiver was. Give me the points. I want points.
70-point difference last year between Prescott and Herbert, and I know T. Higgins made up 70 points. You get more points. And T. Higgins probably replaces your wide receiver, too, on your roster. Right? I mean,
but he doesn't have to. He can replace your crappy flex that you got.
Yeah. He absolutely is better than your second flex spot. 100% chance.
Give me the points.
Points.
I see what you're saying. Justin Herbert's generational. He's going to be great. He's definitely better than Dak Prescott. It's just the dude's throwing in a WR2.
I see it.
Moving on. Yeah, just a recap. 2 of us are doing that trade. 2 of us are taking Dak and T.
Yep. Okay, Doubt 9243 says side A, Pickens in a 23 second, Side B, David Njoku and a 23 first. George Pickens in a 23 second or David Njoku in a 23 1.
What you got, Wayne?
He does not say the type of league.
I mean,
Does
give me David Njoku in the 2023 first, just to get the 2023 first.
I want both. I mean, I want Pickens in the second. Honestly, Pickens. I know it's preseason, but he made a phenomenal catch tonight. I don't know if you guys saw it.
He's been
toe tapping in the end zone. And Pittsburgh is a wide receiver factory. I don't know who's training these guys, but they just pump out good wide receivers as long as they stay in Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown aside, but I mean, yeah, give me that, and then. Next year's draft is going to be really deep. So I'll take the guy now and the guy next year. And David Njoku's trash.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, with the signing of Deontay, though, Pickens is going to be a 2, right, for at least, 2 more years?
Yeah, it's fine.
23-1 is spicy. I'm probably, with the way the question reads, it's got to be super flex, or like a tight end premium, I mean. Got to be, right?
Probably not. I mean,
either
way you look at it, I mean, Pickens is better than Njoku. I mean, value is pretty even between the sides. I think I can get better with that 2023 first.
I agree. I like the one. I'm with Wayne on this one again. John Mechigoni. Notorious CPD, 12-team Superflex PPR. He's giving Deontay Johnson and Kareem Hunt. He's getting Garrett Wilson, David Bell, and Jarvis Landry. Which side are you taking?
Oh, I'm keeping Deontay Johnson and Kareem Hunt, especially if Kareem gets his trade. I mean, but worst case scenario for Kareem, he does what he's done for the past couple of years in a 50-50 role at Cleveland. Best case scenario, he goes somewhere where he can take more of a primary role again, like when he was with Kansas City. And everybody knows. I mean, if you listen to any sort of wide receiver rankings that we've done, I'm high on Deontay Johnson this year.
It's Wilson, Bell, and who?
Jarvis Landry.
No, as much as I don't want to do it, I have to agree with Wayne. Unfortunately,
that's just
as long as Zach Wilson,
just childish, Goni.
Dude, I was really, really I never want to see anyone get hurt, but I do want to not see certain people play football, and Zach Wilson's one of them. He's just terrible. If Mike White was the quarterback, Garrett Wilson would probably be really good this year. But yeah, no, give me Kareem Hunt and Deontay.
Yeah, notorious CPD, easy. Hold Deontay Johnson. Blump Johnson, 69. He's got a 12-team super flex, half-point PPR. The trade in question is DJ Moore or Alvin Kamara. And then we want to know in what scenario, let's say you choose DJ Moore, in what scenario would you take Kamara?
I take DJ Moore. In no scenario do I not take DJ Moore ever.
That was really confusing.
That's what Wayne does, man. He's all about this weird, circuitous route to the answer thing
DJ
on this
Moore.
podcast today.
He's my best friend.
He is his best friend. No, there's zero scenario where I take Alvin Kamara. DJ Moore's younger. He's very productive. Alvin Kamara is going to probably serve out a suspension next year. We're talking dynasty here, so why would you want to go into next year thinking this man's going to have a 4-6 game suspension or so? It's going to be way harder to sell him. Sell Kamara if you can, but don't trade DJ Moore for it. Don't trade for him by any means. Please don't.
DJ Moore breaks up fights.
What if you're a contender and you're one running back away? Would you do it? If you had more, would you trade him away for Kamara in that scenario?
That's the thing, though. I'm fading Kamara this year. It's not like he's like the missing piece to the puzzle. Like, I'm fading Kamara.
You got to pay me. You got to pay me like Brock Osweiler paid, I think it was Denver, to take on the contract. Like, I'm going to need something more than just Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
And just when you're asking for it, man, that dude's trying to hype it up based on the ADP and everything. Like Goni said, He's definitely going to serve out a suspension next year. Look at what he did last year compared to what he's done years prior, missing Sean Payton, missing Drew Brees. The dude's trying to sell him high. Don't let him. The situation got better for DJ Moore in the offseason. Not by much, but it did. And Alvin Kamara's on a decline statistically. Like it's shown in his play. So don't let that guy try and sell him high based on the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era.
Yep. I totally agree. Okay. Sorry, I'm scrolling down here. Browen Wilson.
Browen? Man, I'm sitting here.
Landlin? Like sheep's wool?
Brown.
The Goni moment. Browen Wilson, 94.89. Says, would you sell Javonte for 3 number ones, 10
yes.
team PPR? All 3 will be late picks.
Yes.
10 team?
10 team.
Yeah, sold.
Yes.
10 team for sure.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, 12 team for sure. Yeah. Like in any
14 team.
Ever.
Yes.
Yeah. 16 team. Yes.
That's a lot of first round picks, my boy. Yes,
if,
absolutely.
And if they're all pick number 12?
Well, they can't all be pick number 12. That doesn't make any sense.
He said they're all late. And I think the
10, 11, 12 next year. That's fine. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's all in one draft even?
No, it's 1 per year. So it's 23, 1 and 24, and 1 and 25. All 3.
I'll probably still do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 teams. So like I mean, teams are stacked. Anyways, your team's probably not hurting that bad.
Okay. The Clay Rue, 12 team, 1 quarterback, 1.25 PPR for running backs. Very interesting. I kind of like it. Would you rather have J.D. McKissick, Trey Sermon, or Travis Homer on your bench? It's a depth play. I like it. It's a different question. I like it.
J.D. McKissick, is it a redraft? Did he say?
It's a dynasty.
I'd take J.D. McKissick just for the possibilities that he offers next year.
The answer is probably McKissick, but then watch, Trey Sermon's going to come back from the dead and lead the 49ers in rushing this year.
Okay.
That's what kills me. I just that 49ers backfield is just the largest of question marks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
J.D. McKissick's role is to catch passes.
Yeah.
So
especially with the premium, take the premium on the receiving.
Yeah, McKissick easy. Lazily average has a 10-team half.
Lazily average.
10-team half-point PPR. Quit trying to go me, man. All right, it was one mistake in 8 Q&As. He says he has 2 options. He's trying to trade for ETN. Mooney in the 2.06 or Mooney and Gallup for ETN.
I'm gonna let the Mooney lover go with this one.
I mean, essentially, it'd be what would you rather give up ETN for? And for me, it's got to be Gallup, right? Taking Gallup and Mooney together. The 206, what is the 206 to you? 206, it's nothing. So, I mean, give me the 2 wide receiver plays. And even then, I mean, if I'm hurting at wide receiver and I have a plethora of running backs, then sure, I guess. But to get him, you're going to need to throw in Gallup as well, probably.
Begley, can you refresh my memory? It just happened recently, this episode, so hopefully you remember. Goni just said, what's the second round even? But who did he just take? Oh, yeah, it was George Pickens in the second round over David Njoku in the first round. He said, yeah, I'll take that second round pick. Next year he'll still have value in the second round.
That's
why you took George Pickens. Because you still got value in the second round. But in this scenario, you said, second round. What's the second round?
Yeah. I like George Pickens, though. George Pickens was the heavy hitter in that equation.
Okay, it was just weird because you said, what are you going to get in the second round? Apparently something.
I mean, would you rather have a second rounder or Gallup? That's how I'm looking at it. Gallup, I know.
Yeah, GTID. It's back this year.
All right, so we're back. Michael Gallup, it is.
Dude, when I hear contradictions, it's my job as the host to point out the contradictions in what people say. That's
If
why
you-
everybody thinks that I get on Begley a lot. Begley's a walking contradiction, and I'm not biased.
Listen to that.
If you're contradicting yourself, I gotta chop you.
You had a chance yesterday to throw the flip flops in the group chat, and you elected to get tag teamed. You tag teamed me.
I don't remember
there's
that.
a difference.
I caught
There's
him
a
in
difference.
flip flop.
Either way, before Wayne got into that spiel right there, I wanted to interject and be like, Beggs, over under 3.5 times, Wayne says contradicting. The over would have won, by the way.
Taken over, yeah, for sure. When Wayne gets on a point, he takes a word and just slams you with it for a good
kills you with it, beats you in the face like they're brass knucks.
He does. So, all right.
Next question. Hey,
Irish
stop bullying me, guys. I'm supposed to be the bully.
Bully. Here it is, goes. Irish Thunder 222. 12-team Superflex. He has Lamar, Stafford, and Tua. He's trying to offload one of these quarterbacks. The trade is he's giving away Tua, a 23-1 and a 23-2 for Najee and Baker Mayfield. Do you like it?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I like it too.
Because that 2023 one, it's a stacked class, but you're most likely not going to get a high volume player like Najee. Granted, I don't think Najee's that great, but he's going to be just absolutely force fed to the tune of an RB1. You're trading a bench player and picks for an instant starter and a bench player replacement. So yeah, I think you got to take Najee there.
I like it too. Every Math 69 PPR league 8-man.
What was his name?
Every Math 69.
Every Math, MATH.
Yeah.
Maybe he could comment on my intro.
Maybe.
He's probably confused.
He probably loved it. He probably made a lot of sense to him.
PPR league 8-man. Get some more friends. Every Math 8-man league sucks. Trading Keenan Allen. Should he trade Keenan Allen and Elijah Moore for Derrick Henry?
If you're going for like the win now and a running back is what you need, then yeah, you're trading old and cruddy for old and cruddy. And they're throwing in a young stud that Wayne hates.
Give me King Henry. Yeah, of course.
Did
you say it's an 8-team?
It's an
8-team.
So Keenan Allen's probably on his bench.
Probably. Keenan Allen might never see the starting lineup during the year.
Golly, 8-team? I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah. It is, my man. Dash K97. Now, this is probably off the Pickens hype after what he did today, but Reddit, I think, is going to contradict what we all think. This guy asks, is he crazy for trading Judy or a 23-1 for Pickens?
Judy and a 2023 one for Pickens?
Or Judy or
for George Pickens. Now, we know what Goney's going to say. He'll say ship them both out for Pickens. What do you think, Wayne?
I'm holding on both.
I am too. Goney, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a definite hold.
It's definite hold. Right? He caught a nice touchdown pass tonight.
Well, you got to think Judy is definitely the better play than Pickens for the next couple years. 2023, give me my pick of, because at that point I'm picking from a situational perspective, and Pickens is not going to be that dude in Pittsburgh for a while. So if I know that I can get a dude that got drafted into a great position where he's at, then I'd rather take that than Pickens.
Man, Beggs thinks David Njoku and Jerry Jeudy are comparable. Shame on you. Jerry Jeudy is supposed to be your boy.
Stop it. Stop it. I'm holding Jeudy here, man. Absolutely. He's tied to a better quarterback for at least 2 years. That's invaluable. Dr. DH21. wants to know, it's a 10-team super flex. Kelsey or a late 23-1, which would you rather have? Kelsey would go to a contender.
Kelsey.
Wayne?
In a 10-team, Goni?
And a 10-team. I still want one of those top 2 tight ends in a 10-team, especially.
Give me the late first. In a 10-team, give me the late first.
I could get
Positional advantage.
I could get the logic there, but I'm with Goni. I think I'd rather have Kels. But I know you're fading Kelsey, so it makes sense for you to say that. JW Sox, 12-team PPR Superflex. A is Cam Akers. B is Antonio Gibson and Chase Claypool.
B.
Yeah. B.
Not by much. It's not a hard B. Just don't know what Cam Akers is going to do for you this year. I mean, coming off of a major injury.
Major.
Antonio Gibson, he's RBBC, but he is the number one there. Chase Claypool is just kind of a little piece thrown in. I'm not a big on Chase Claypool this year. I'm just not high on Cam Akers this year. I don't know about you all.
Gibson has juice. Gibson, at least he has juice from seeing him last year. You don't know if Cam Akers does. Cam Akers rushed for like 2.6 in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, and he couldn't hold on to the ball either.
You know why? Because people don't come back from Achilles injuries.
So we've heard.
Never mind. Give me side A. I'll take Cam
It's a major
Akers,
injury.
100%. It's a major injury for major surgery. You're taking Gibson and Claypool. You're slamming B. EJ to Juice Boy. PPR.
Okay.
I'm going to list his wide receiver room really quick because I think it matters. He has A.J. Brown, Allen Robinson, Kadarius Toney, and Rondell Moore. Okay? It's poopy. It's a poopy wide receiver room. He's trading away Deontay Johnson, who I guess he didn't list. So he has Deontay on top of that. Trading away Deontay Johnson for Hollywood Brown in a 2023-1. In a 2023-1, he's projecting to be pretty early. You're doing
Selling
it.
it.
Snap
Doing
calling.
Yeah, done.
Ship it. Ship it.
He needs more help. He needs more help regardless. A.J. Brown is not consistent. He's boom or bust. And I forgot who else he said, but a lot of the names that you named were not promising.
Ship it.
Allen Robinson I kind of like this year, but, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's in a position to win a championship anyway, so ship out.
Ship
Get
it.
that first.
Shipping it. Wayne's shipping it. I know he's shipping it.
Yeah, but I'm looking at where I had Hollywood ranked this year.
Was it 13 like Beggs?
No, it was 30.
Oh, close.
Deontay Johnson, I believe I had as a high end WR2.
You had Deontay Johnson as a wide receiver 1.
Back end one though, right?
Yes, it was like 11.
Back on wide receiver 2 rankings show 17B.
That was the funniest joke you've ever told, Connie.
Thanks, man.
I didn't think it was funny.
Still got it.
I didn't think it was funny at all.
Nailed it.
I don't think Hollywood Brown is that good this year. And I think Deontay Johnson is very good this year. I think it's tough. To give up all those points. I mean, Begley is like completely just in another realm in what he thinks for Begley, this is a snap call because for some reason he thinks Hollywood Brown is the next, like Antonio Brown, Julio, and Megatron had a threesome and popped out Hollywood for some reason.
Like Randy Moss, yeah.
So of course it sounds ridiculous to do anything but get Hollywood Brown to him, but like to somebody that's actually like, smart when it comes to their fantasy choices.
You're shipping it.
I don't know, man. Deontay, the point difference that you're losing this year, and I thought, well, maybe he's in a rebuild, but then I thought, is he going to get somebody in the 2023 to really make up for it?
You'll never get a better offer for
That's
Deontay.
the hope, yeah.
You'll never get a better offer.
That's the hope. Yeah.
He's tied to Pickett, Trubisky, somebody.
Is he back? Like is he really bad off this year though? Like if you got Deontay Johnson, AJ Brown, and A-Rob, like are you a doormat for your team? Or is your team a doormat? Is it a 12-team league?
Doesn't say.
Let's assume that it is, though.
In a 12-team league, like if you look at somebody's receiver core and they got Deontay Johnson, A-Rob, and who was the other?
It's actually better for him statistically if it's a 12-teamer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. AJ Brown, A-Rob, and Deontay, you're not looking at his receiving core and thinking it's complete garbage, right?
I'm not looking at it and it's having it instill any fear in me. I'm looking at that, playing him on a weekly basis and being like,
swap out Deontay for Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm saying I want to play that team every week. I don't fear that team at all.
Exactly, Coney.
If you swap out Deontay for Hollywood, is his team getting better or worse?
That's not the play.
Obviously, I mean, that's not the question. It's a dynasty, man.
Yeah, I know, but what he's getting at the one for what he's losing going from Deontay to Hollywood.
Don't care.
I agree, Gone.
Don't care.
I agree.
John Mechie.
Leave your back door unlocked, Gone. I'm gonna come over tonight.
John Mechie.
Okay, this one is actually one of the more hotly debated Reddit questions I've seen in a while. Jeff 8073X. There's a lot here, so I'm gonna go slow. Is a 12-team, 1 super flex, 2 flex, tight end premium. 1 super flex, 2 flex, tight end premium. He's giving away Jared Goff, Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith, I'm assuming by the way it's spelled, Snoop Connor, Josh Palmer, Hollywood Brown, and a 23-second. I'm going to say it again. Jared Goff, Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith, Snoop Connor, Josh Palmer, Hollywood Brown, and a 23-second. To get Jamar Chase and Drake London. What do you think? Super flex, tight end premium.
No. That is the quintessential when Wayne and I say if you're selling Jamar Chase, you're selling for a king's ransom. That's a king's ransom. Like you're giving away a lot of pieces.
Javonte Williams is going to be an absolute stud next year for you. It's a super flex, and you're trading away a quarterback. You get it, Jared Goff, but still, he's a quarterback, and it sounds like everybody's got 37 players on their team because you've got 2 flex spots outside of it. So I'm assuming people are stashing quarterbacks in there at a premium regard. If it's a starting quarterback, then it's on somebody's roster. So it's probably tough to give one up in this situation.
And you're giving away all your young upside players, really. Guys that haven't been established yet, but it sounded like they're giving away a handful of young guys that have future upside. Josh Palmer was my favorite one in there personally.
Over Devonta Smith and Hollywood?
Devonta Smith, I'm not sure. I mean, Hollywood's more established. I don't consider him in that tier. He's a little above them. But I don't know, man. I'm looking straight at Javonte Williams and Jared Goff in a super flex. Javonte Williams next year is going to be great. When it's just him in that backfield, he's going to be phenomenal. And then Jared Goff is going to outscore Jamar Chase 90% of games next year or this year. That's just how super flexes work. I mean, yeah, he's a crappy quarterback, but a crappy quarterback is a lot of the times better than one of the best receivers. He's just giving up too much. It's an overpay. Too much of an overpay.
Okay, so out of Goff, Javonte, Devonta Smith, and Hollywood Brown, let's just leave those 4. That's the core pieces, unless you want to throw Josh Palmer in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Goni loves Josh Palmer, so that's probably one of the main ones. He's got a weird obsession with Josh Palmer.
It's weird, and you guys trade him away.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I begrudgingly accepted.
It'll be good for us in the long run. Thank the Lord we outvoted them.
They didn't. We have to have all three of us, so I begrudgingly
We
accepted.
outvoted him. We forced him to do it. Twisted his arm.
Robert's propaganda.
Flicked,
You know how it goes.
Flicked the back of his ear. Gave him just multiple titty twisters until he did it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Rich Brothers running the squad.
Propaganda.
All right. So, who are you taking away to make this trade more balanced?
Javante.
So you would trade? Would you in good conscience offer Goff, Devonta Smith, Palmer, and Hollywood for Jamar Chase and Drake London?
It's a super flex, dude.
He's not taking that. I think Javanta's a must.
If he doesn't have a
stay.
quarterback, and Goni can attest, because there was a couple of us in our Superflex league that fell into the issue where we didn't have a quarterback. If you need a quarterback, you're doing whatever you got to do to get a quarterback, because that makes your team an instant doormat not having a second quarterback in the Superflex option. So if this dude that's got Jamar Chase has some receivers, but he doesn't have a second quarterback, he's doing whatever he can to get a quarterback in there.
I would say if I'm him, Jared Goff, Javante, and then your least favorite of Devonta Smith, Hollywood, and then you can throw Palmer in there as like a little extra spicer if that's like a sticking point. So that would be mine, is what I would say. To get the deal done for both sides, you're going to have to send Javante, Jared Goff, and then like Hollywood or Devonta Smith, whichever one you like less, throw them in there.
I agree. I mean, Wayne, you're not dangling Jamar Chase out for Jared Goff if you really need a quarterback that bad. That's
you are in a super flex, dude. You are. I don't think you understand. I'm not even sure. Begley, have you ever played in a super flex?
Yes, you can get a better quarterback.
When?
Jared Goff.
What league?
A few years ago. Yes, you can get a better.
This man's never played in a superflex, so he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the importance of a quarterback in a superflex. If you don't have a quarterback in that spot, you're losing. Period.
I get that, man. What you're not understanding is for Jamar Chase and Drake London, I can get a better quarterback than Jared Goff.
Yeah, but can you get Javante Williams with him?
But like you just said, I would rather try to target Joe Burrow and go for a lesser running back.
No, that the guy that's got Joe Burrow in a super flex is not going to touch Jamar Chase.
It's hypothetical. I'd rather go get Kirk Cousins and a worse running back in a super flex. It's a hypothetical name. I just threw it out there. It doesn't really matter.
It does matter. It does matter because no, you're not trading away Kirk Cousins.
Wayne literally had to play like the third string Cowboys
Begley doesn't play. Begley's never played in a super flex, so he doesn't understand. As Jamar Chase, that's the only guy you're going for. If you want any other sort of pieces with him, he's never played in a super flex. This is a pointless argument with him.
A couple years ago, I played one.
Never played in a super flex. He doesn't understand. We need to get him in a super flex league so he can understand that Jared Goff has serious value in a super flex.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I think you can get more with Jamar Chase and Drake London.
You can't.
Oh, that's it. Goff's the best. That's about it.
Goff and Javante Williams. Yeah, he's getting very good.
Fight.
Javante Williams, and then throwing in a Devonta Smith. Yeah, he's getting great value.
Jeff 8073X. Goni and I agree. Goff, Javonta, and then either Devonta or Hollywood plus Palmer is fair value. Wayne says just give him Goff, and you can get Chase in London. So,
buddy, I'm sorry that you had to listen to somebody that's never even played in a super flex. If you're if this Jamar Chase guy is in dire need of a quarterback, I'm sure you've been seeing him toss a lot of trades out because you're not winning games without a quarterback in the super flex spot.
ZP Carnegie. There's a lot of George Pickens questions right now. Obviously, the hype's blowing up. It's a 10-team half-point PPR super flex. Would you give George Pickens in 2023 second for Elijah Moore?
No.
I agree. I know it's not right, Wayne.
No, I'm fading Elijah Moore this year.
Yeah. Tell me the difference. Wow.
But it is a super flex.
Yeah, I can tell us how the math works there. You do a good job explaining
What is
numbers
this,
to it.
episode 23?
Dr. DH21 says in a 10-team league, what's the difference between DK and Diggs? Diggs goes to a contender and DK to a rebuilder.
What's the difference? Is that
But I
Stephon
think-
Diggs is way better?
Well, what I think he's trying to imply here is what makes the trade happen. The contender wants Diggs and the rebuilder wants DK.
Contender
What?
wants Diggs. So this is trade? Like we're doing a trade?
It seems like
There's a rebuilding team that has Stephon Diggs, and there's a contender that has DK Metcalf. I think that's an even swap. I mean,
Yeah. Straight up is what I was going to say also. You're both getting what you want. He's young, he's 24 years old, he's got great potential, and Diggs is like 28 and he's way better right now. He's going to have better seasons. So
it's fair value.
what's
in a
the
dynasty
holdup?
for sure.
I think he's just waiting on us to give him a little bit of advice, Connie.
Oh yeah, send it.
Yeah, that's an even swap. That's good value for both.
Yep, agreed. All right, we have two more. The Settler 24. It's a 12-team, one quarterback PPR. He's giving away Cooper Kupp to get Brees Hall in a 23-1.
Man. It's one of those that doesn't feel good now, but it might feel good later. You know?
I think I need a second thrown in there. What if I think I need a 23-second thrown in, and I think I do it. I don't think I do it straight up.
Okay, so take Brees Hall's name out of there. Would you do Cooper Kupp for 2 first-round picks? One of them being a 101?
In the 23?
I'm just saying, if you just in any year ever, if you had,
He's just
if you
giving
were
Brees Hall's value. Brees Hall was the 101 this year.
Yeah, if you're getting Cooper Kupp for 101 and another first-round pick to be determined, would you do it? I feel like you probably would. That's why I'm saying, like, it doesn't feel good right now, but it probably the right play.
That's it. It's sour. It's sour on my tongue, but I feel like I'm sending Cooper Kupp away.
I just don't like Brees Hall that much. I'm not a huge fan. It matters here. You're getting Brees. You're not getting a 101. I don't love Brees, man. I don't love him. I mean,
you're getting a 101. It's just a spent 101.
Yeah, I think you can get a little better to me than Brees.
Someone's only worth what someone else is willing to pay, man.
Well, would you rather have Brees in a
Deep,
1?
bro.
Would you rather have Brees in a 1 or like J.K. Dobbins in a 1 and a 2?
I hate it when Begley just pulls these players out of his hat just to get into the question, man. Just answer the question. Cooper
Probably
Kupp,
Brees, bro.
Brees Hall
Probably
in first.
Probably Brees. Yeah.
Or would you rather have like a Melvin Gordon, Nick Chubb, and like a 2024 third?
A 2028 first and a 2032 first.
Or like a Damian Pierce, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, and a 2024 second and third. Cooper Kupp. Who'd you take?
I respect the value, Beggs.
I thought we were a full service podcast. I guess we're not. I guess we can't give these people maybe alternatives to think about that they maybe not already.
It's solid. I would just take the Brees in the first though on that J.K. Dobbins one.
That's my thing, Beggs. Let's just answer the question, and then we can take our circuitous routes. I don't think you have. So are you not? You're not. So you're confirmed not sending Cooper Kupp for Brees Hall in first.
No.
All right, there we have it. Short and sweet.
I mean, yeah. Permission to move on, Wayne, or are we good here? Have we satisfied our
Did
requirements?
I hurt your feelings, man? I feel like your feelings are hurt. Did I hurt your feelings?
A little hurt.
Sorry about that, man. Mad Mob, it's 2 a.m. Things are going awry.
I said 2, but I've actually got 2 more, but one's a quick one. T Mazah is a 10-team full PPR rebuilding. Side A is Mike Williams and Michael Thomas. Side B is Claypool and A.J. Dillon. A is Mike Williams and Michael Thomas. B is Claypool and Dillon. He's rebuilding.
I hate this trade.
It sucks because we're fresh off an episode where
Nobody cares. We taking A or B?
I don't know, man. Like, what if you could get like like an Elijah Moore and
get Adam Beggs, get Adam.
you know, I mean, if you got the Mike Williams, you could also get like a J.K. Dobbins, maybe.
If you're rebuilding,
Moore.
the answer is B. You're not going to take. I mean, Mike Williams is 28. I think Michael Thomas is 28, 29 or so. Just take the young guys and hope for the best.
You're taking Dillon. I agree. It's B. Wayne.
Crickets. I need a drop. I need a drop for whenever Wayne sits here and just puts this face on while he's thinking about something, and our viewers are like, "Oh man, is the podcast over?" And he's just thinking. That's all he's doing.
Well, I do it to try and funnel people over to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a just a blank space, and I want people to be like, "Hey, what is going on?" And so they hop on over to YouTube. And it's just me sitting here with my mouth gaping open, catching flies. But, I got them over to YouTube.
People definitely want to research the void of noise. Just nothing. Oh, man, something must be going on there.
What's going on? Is my Spotify lagging?
Wayne, are we taking B here, man?
It's me. I'm the least flip-flopper on this group, and it's because I take time to think.
Oh, man.
Wow, listen to that.
He hasn't been thinking this whole time.
Gob is the ultimate flip flopper while he thinks. Gob, I'm not.
I think you can
agree with Wayne.
I think you can get better value, but I mean, if you're rebuilding, you got to go younger. I mean, you've got 2 more years out of side A. AJ Dillon, he's going to be a solid guy whenever Aaron Jones moves on or whatever happens with him. Claypool, I'm not big on him, period. In the future, now, whatever, I'm not big on Claypool. That's why I think maybe you can find better value somewhere else, because I feel like Claypool is just – I'm not high on him at all. But, yeah, so, take the youth as a rebuild. I mean, that's a rule of thumb.
Mike Thomas, flip-flop, got it.
That was 100% worth the 30-second pause.
Yeah. Good analysis. Team is all. That's analysis from A-Train Wayne, our host. Pieman HD. And it's the last question.
I've got 2 as well.
Okay, well, I'll go quick. Well, I guess it's not
good. No, take your time.
It depends. It depends if I got to think about my answer.
Well, yeah,
I'll determine if we go quick.
Spoiler alert, he will.
It's a Jay Jetta question. He got offered Jay Jetta for his T. Higgins in 223 first. Should he take Jay Jetta and run, or should he keep his future?
Keeping the future.
Keep Higgins in the ones for me. I like Higgins.
Higgins in the ones.
Wayne hates Higgins. Trust me. They've been over it.
I believe it, dude. He just loves Jetta too much. It doesn't matter, really. Keep Higgins in those 223 first.
Higgins is a high wide receiver too, man. I mean, he's solid. He's going to be tied to Burrow for a long time.
Yeah, for forever, and he's gonna have multiple pieces to choose from come this next draft, and hopefully he hits big on at least one of them. Now he's got 2 darts instead of 1. So yeah, keep that. Wayne had his 30-second buffer. Wayne, he just started it. Okay, awesome. I'm excited about this. Should I go on to the Facebook questions in the meantime?
We'll go on.
All right, man. I think.
Can you stop? Man.
I think you take the picks, mainly because you just don't know. I think Jay Jett is going to be successful for a long time. I just don't know what level when Kirk Cousins moves on, which is going to be in the next couple of years. So when you got 2 firsts that you can pick, what situation is better suited for your fantasy team, I'd take the picks. Take the WR2 and the future.
Agreed.
Kind of surprised Wayne went that way.
I am too, actually.
Jet is pretty much. He's right behind DJ Moore on the love list for Wayne.
No. Nobody's behind DJ Moore. DJ Moore could turn around with binoculars and he still wouldn't see anybody.
There you go.
Okay.
But he is behind him. He's in second place. It's just a very distant second place.
He's there. Okay. We've got 2 Facebook questions today. That's all. Tyler Smith wants to know, Nick Chubb plus what equals Eckler in a 12-man PPR?
This is right up Begley's alley. He's got a question mark. He can pick somebody. He can fill in the value. This is a Begley question right here. Buddy, you got the whole NFL roster to pick from. This is what you do. You answer this one. And I want to hear everything you got to say. Nick Chubb plus what for Eckler, Beg Diesel?
I just grew a third leg with this kind of question. Man, I'm about to flip my desk over. Nick Chubb plus what equals Eckler? It's a dynasty, right?
Correct.
Not
crickets.
Not much.
Crickets. I was like, did he hear me? Yeah, I said yes. Correct.
I'm gonna say maybe a second. And I think that's absolute the most I would go.
Nick Chubb in a second. Wayne, as a resident Eckler owner, would you trade him for Chubb in a second? All right, I'm also an Eckler owner, so while we fill the silence of Wayne's thinking thoughts, no. The answer is no, I would not do that. They're the same age. Eckler is infinitely better for fantasy. Nick Chubb is just one of the best pure running backs ever. We've talked about this on other shows.
With the Kareem Hunt trade, that's important to me. That matters.
But that being said, Cleveland has come out and said they're not trading him. And I know I've said that it is something. I think Kareem Hunt is a Brown this year. I think next year. I think all of this noise is to make sure he's traded next year.
I think either way, they're going to fill Kareem Hunt's role with someone else. There's not ever going to be a time where Nick Chubb is going to be a workhorse 3-down back, dude. They're just not going to do it.
I just can't believe Begley got an open book
open mic for
just to pick another player to fill in value, which is what he does when it's not asked, and he goes with a second-round pick.
I would. If I had Eckler and you offered me Chubb, or I would offer Chubb in a second to get Eckler, is what I would do.
You got to give me 2 guys that I can slot in my starting lineup. Nick Chubb and somebody else I'm starting in my as a. I'm talking like a Nick Chubb and like a Mike Williams, a DJ Moore.
That's crazy.
That's expensive, bro. No one's gonna do that. I don't think.
Nobody's doing that. Look, I'm just higher on Nick Chubb, man. Just with the Deshaun Watson and the Kareem Hunt news, I think he gets a little more opportunity than what he's had. It's kind of a new look offense with Deshaun there.
If I can get Nick Chubb and like one of the rookie wide receivers from this year or something, like something small, I agree with Wayne. You need to get something back. A second's not going to do it for me, but like I'm going to need it worth my while because you're losing points. Just the receiving work that Eckler gets in any given game, chances are going to be better than what Nick Chubb does. If Nick Chubb doesn't score a touchdown, then
you're giving up a running back that's the only running back in the backfield, and he PPRs teams to death, and he scores touchdowns to somebody who splits carries and isn't involved in the passing attack. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're going to have to get that value somewhere else.
Chubb in a first. Final answer.
Early seconds as high as I'll go, if it's me. I think Nick Chubb takes a little step up this year.
Okay, fair enough. Last question. Kevin Ostagai. He was just offered. He says he feels like it's a very high-risk, high-reward type of deal. He was offered Zach Wilson and CEH for Nyheim Hines and Mac Jones.
Taking Nyheim Hines and Mac Jones.
Wayne?
I'm snap calling that out. While Wayne thinks, I'm going to fill it with my thoughts.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I'm taking Hines and Mac Jones as well. Mac Jones at least has the ability to probably play for the next 5 years, 10 years. 15 years maybe. I mean, he's only in his second year, but he passes the eye test, and Zach Wilson does not. At least Mac Jones can win football games. Zach Wilson doesn't, obviously.
How did I know?
CEH is
This
on his
man
way.
can't talk about Zach Wilson without talking about this mysterious eye test.
He hates Zach Wilson more than I hate Justin Fields, I think. And it's
Zach Wilson's terrible. He's so bad.
You give me flack, right? He was better than Fields last year. From a fantasy perspective, he was better. And you give him crap.
Can we assume?
Can we assume
higher
that he played more games? More games.
But
More games.
Right. Fields couldn't get on the field.
I'm not snap calling anything. I'm taking Zach Wilson and CEH. Nyheim Hines has no value.
What?
Crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
He has no value.
That's crazy, bro. He
been had value,
bro.
His ADP is a waiver wire pickup.
No, it's not.
It's a dynasty though, so you know he's going to be on someone's roster.
That's crazy.
And how old is he now?
It doesn't matter. He's going to play.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? It matters.
He's mid-20. That's
he's 25 years old, man. Is that too old for you?
Crazy. He was RB15.
And he hasn't managed to do anything.
RB15 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And then what?
And then he had the Carson Wentz year last year. That's not his fault. He's got Matt Ryan back, who made Cordell Patterson a top 10 guy last year, just from checkdowns.
Are we forgetting that Jonathan Taylor is the RB1 and he is the only guy there? He's not splitting carries.
Do you think that teams will maybe use Hines more to give Taylor a little bit more of a rest? He can't get 330 carries again.
Why?
No.
They're going to preserve their asset.
Yes.
They're going to put their best player on the field.
Not going to feed him like that.
Dude, the GM and the head coach have publicly said multiple times, Google it right now, Nyheim Hines is going to get more work. He's in the slot.
No,
too.
the GM and the head coach are going out and saying, hey, guys, game plan for solely JT because that's the only thing we're going to do. I mean, are you stupid? Hey, this is what we plan to do all year, so go ahead and game plan for it. No, they're going to throw out as many names as they possibly can.
Do you really think they're not going to prepare for Jonathan Taylor regardless?
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Of course you would, because that's what they're going to do.
They're going to use Nyheim Hines. They used him 2 years ago. RB15.
He's old though, dude. He's 25 years old.
CEH has far more value than Hines.
That's crazy. Gone
Doink bet both of y'all. CEH has a better year than Hines.
What a stupid.
I will do what I'll do.
See how this guy does this?
I will do a 3-year doink bet, and I'll take Hines over CEH. Absolutely.
I would take a doink bet if we include the package that we're trading off of right now and that have opposite sides. I'll take Mac Jones and Nyheim Hines, and you can take Zach Wilson and CEH because you like both of them better, apparently.
Goni,
I'm assuming that neither of these quarterbacks are going to be starting for him.
Goni, let's go Captain Planet. Put our name on this together on the ledger against Wayne.
No, I don't want. I don't want to do a Nyheim Hines, bro.
Is this a super flex? Is this a super flex?
I got talked into a week bet.
Goni, is this a super flex?
Is this super flex? No, I don't believe it is.
Then neither of those quarterbacks are starting. Neither of these quarterbacks matter.
He doesn't mention.
Then Zach Wilson and Mac Jones are not starting for any team, and it doesn't matter.
So
give me the better value at the better position.
If they were starting, if it was a super flex league and he just neglected to say it. He didn't say if it was or wasn't. It changes the complexion. So I would imagine if you're putting guys like that on there, it probably might be.
You're snap calling.
Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. CEH, Nyheim Hines.
Snap.
I simply asked for the package deal, man. Why are you
Let me answer this. Let me answer this then. If it's a super flex, give me Mac Jones and Hines. If it's not a super flex, then take CEH and drop Zach Wilson to the waivers. Am I wrong?
So no, you don't want to take that bet?
Am I wrong?
Take the doink, Wayne. Just take it.
No, because Zach Wilson sucks.
Man.
But I'm assuming this is not a super flex, And neither of these quarterbacks are going to be starting on a team. So you take the value at running back.
I just feel like why would he be talking about them if it wasn't?
I don't know. Maybe some guy wants depth at quarterback.
You're talking about the mysterious eye test. You never heard of the eye test before, man?
Listen, dude, I've heard of the eye test, but you bring it up solely when Zach Wilson is talked about and never any other time. Not only do you bring it up only about Zach Wilson, but literally every time we talk about Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it needs to be said repeatedly in case we have new viewers, new listeners. They need to know this man does not pass the eye test. He's terrible.
Neither does Fields. Tony hates rookie quarterbacks.
You hate rookie quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence is any quarterback who doesn't finish as the QB5 is a rookie. Beggs hates.
He was bad. He was bad. You can't.
Easy answer.
Hey, would you like
I'll
to
reiterate. If it's a redraft, it is an easy answer. You're taking CEH and Zach Wilson. If it's a super flex, you're taking Mac Jones and Hines.
Wayne is a marshmallow slab of a man for not taking the doink bet that he was so adamant about before.
No, it isn't. You thought Hines is going to have great value because all of a sudden Jonathan Taylor is going to go into a RBBC because they got to protect their assets. Because
you just said he
because
had
that's
no
what I do.
value,
That's what I do as a head coach. I say, dang, that player's really good. We got to put him on the sideline more. Idiot, moron,
Man,
stupid, dumbest thing I've
dumb.
ever heard.
That dude's got value. He has value.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's
that
not
guy's
value.
really good.
Wayne hears the
protect him,
value
put
and
him
he
on the
thinks that we
sideline.
want him for MVP.
Hey, take the week off, buddy. You're really good. We want to make sure you're really good for a long time. So just take a couple weeks off. Ignorant.
All right. So you saw him slither out of a doink bet, man.
Slithered.
Tucked tail and ran.
His belly.
All right, that's all we got for today, though.
You ducked out
I'll
first.
go ahead and
I said CEH for Hines
do
first,
the intro
and then
next
you
time.
ducked out and changed it.
No, it was a package deal. Crickets.
It was a package deal where the quarterbacks were irrelevant.
Wayne, you should take the package, man.
It's a package deal. That's what it was asked as. I didn't set this up. This
Begley,
came
like
from
literally, you
Kevin.
almost lost a doink on Zach Wilson because he went down. It was non-contact. He looked extremely unathletic out there today.
It's bad turf. It's a freak accident.
He looked really unathletic.
It's bad turf, man.
And Goni was so fast to absolutely chop you on a doink bet for it. I'm not going to let Goni win 2 doinks off of Zach Wilson. You don't give me like that.
He didn't win the doink yet, so don't give him credit for the win that he didn't deserve yet.
I ain't flaccid like that. He done bend me over like that. Too smart.
He's not.
Too smart.
He's not. All right, I'll do the intro on the next show, so that way we move along and have something interesting to talk about.
You do terrible intros. You actually
I've never done
you
one.
get
so
flustered
that's-
with our
that's
intros.
Completely never happened before.
You get flustered with our intros. I look at your face. It's a favorite pastime of mine. Is I look at your face the entire intro and you just look perturbed the whole time.
Okay. Well, I'm doing the next one, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, Mad Mob, episode 23 / episode 16, 17. Look for a terrible intro. Just please bear with us for that one.
Your highest view ever.
Naheem Hines for MVP.
Nyheim Hines for...
Who is
Meow.
He's got a stupid name, man. It doesn't even... You can't even say it smooth. Nyheim just sounds way better. Comes off the palate better. Nyheim. Your mouth's got to do a lot of weird things for that.
He's Muslim. So what are you saying?
I love all walks of life. That's what I'm saying.
Man, it didn't even take him 30 seconds with flies in his mouth to answer that one.
Yeah, because I'm politically correct. Go on, Jamal.
Okay. Take it home, man. Take it home.
You take it home.
Take it home, bro. I'm doing the intro, not the outro.
Do I do a good outro?
Eh.
All right, Mad Mob, you know where to find us. Email madffpodcast@gmail.com, TikTok and Reddit, mad_ff_podcast. Find us on Facebook, Mad Fantasy Football. If you are listening, please check us out on YouTube as well. Mad Fantasy Football. Drop a sub. We greatly appreciate the support. Naheem.
Yes.